All right, what's good, everybody? Just want to stop by here and do a little locker room special. Just a little reaction here to Scottie Pippen's comments about Michael Jordan being a terrible player. Scottie's got some problems, man. I don't know what all it is, but let's just get into it here and we'll play the video. Appreciate you guys for stopping by. And remember, we're on every Sunday night at 6 o'clock Central Time. So let's just hit the play button and listen to Scottie talk here for just a few minutes. We ain't going to be but just a few minutes here. All right, let's listen in.
LeBron will be the greatest statistical guy to ever play the game of basketball. And there's no comparison to him. None. So, does that make him the greatest player to ever play the game? I'll leave that out for debating because I don't believe that there's a great player because our game is a team game and one player can't do it. Like, I seen Michael Jordan.
Okay, so that's kind of the first part of the video. And he's right. LeBron leads in a lot of statistics. And if that's what you're into, then he's your guy. Now, if you're into guys just purely winning championships, Bill Russell, would be your guy. Or, Michael won 6. He never lost in the finals, never went to a game 7, MVP in all those finals, 10-time NBA first team all defense and 9-time scoring title winner. I mean, the accolades are there. Everybody knows about that. And I'm not really here to do a LeBron Michael thing. This is about him talking about Michael as a teammate and how he words those things. We're kind of doing a psychological thing here. So just kind of lay out there on the couch and, I get my pencil here and the pipe and the glasses and I'm just going to kind of analyze Scottie's thinking here. These are just my opinions. They don't mean anything. So let's just go ahead and get into the rest of it.
Go ahead and play before I came to play with the Bulls. You guys seen him play. He's a horrible player. He was horrible to play with. He was all one-on-one. He's shooting bad shots. And all of a sudden, we become a team and we start winning. Everybody forgot who he was.
Okay. Right there at the first part of that, he says he was a horrible player and he was taking bad shots. And until later, I guess Scottie's saying really till I got there, then Michael become more of a solid all around player. Guys, Michael Jordan was hitting shots in college, winning games. Okay. When he played in North Carolina. Now, when he come into the league, he averaged 38 points those first few years that he played. I think over that last 7-year span that he played, his last 7, he averaged like 38, 35, 33, 31, 32, 33, something like those lines. So to say he's making bad shots, I think that Scottie's trying to say that once he come into the game that he become more of a better player because he had a real team. Well, maybe it was because of Phil Jackson and that triangle, deal that Phil Jackson brought to it. Why can't we say that Phil Jackson was part of what brought the greatness to the Bulls? Sure, and Scottie and those other teammates were, but let's just see, when did Scottie kind of get disgruntled about some of this? Seemed like Scottie kind of got disgruntled about some of this when The Last Dance come out. And Michael pointed out the facts of his back injuries. And then when he was gone, I think it was the Knicks game where Kukoc was supposed to get the last shot, and he was kind of aggravated by that. And he didn't even go out on the floor. And I think it was Cartwright that kind of got on to him, and they got into it. So those are kind of things that were pointed out in The Last Dance. It seems like that's why Scottie was kind of mad, because he pointed them out. Are they untrue? No, those things are true. And Scottie's like, man, look, I was your ride or die. Like, we were boys the whole time. And you call me out on the bad stuff? Now, Michael has said that Scottie was the best teammate he ever had. But I think pointing out some of those things has kind of bothered him. But why, say those things now? It's because of that Last Dance thing. And that's what kind of has brought all this out. That's where all this kind of come from. Because when Mike was gone, I remember Scottie sitting back on the floor and like propping his shoes up on the floor. You see the jump man to the bottom of the soles, of the clear bottom. He was wanting and needing Mike to come back. So without Mike, I don't remember. Scottie never really did anything. He wasn't getting traded around a little bit, and I remember watching him play some. He's okay, but he was just not the same player without the guy. Mike was the guy on the team. Mike's always been the guy. So we'll kind of cut this off here, and I just wanted to say, to call him a bad player, let me define that. Lastly, I think that what he's saying is, I think he's saying Mike was a bad player, meaning as what he said. He said he was a horrible player. He's a horrible teammate. He means he wasn't fun to play with. Wouldn't it occur that he punched in the eye? They got into it at practice. So he's saying that y'all forgot. Once I came and we started winning, and he's this big icon guy now, gets a shoe deal. Scottie got a bad, signing agreement deal. Mike told him not to make the deal. It's a big guaranteed money, not good in the long end, but he made it anyway. He kind of feels bad about some of that. But he's saying that when we started winning and the 90 season come around, that he started to say how you forgot about him being a bad player. You forgot about him being a butthole and how mean he was and how terrible he was because we started winning. And all that just kind of went away. And he was saying, I was on the team. I was playing with him. Though he was winning, he was still a horrible teammate. And I guess that's true. I don't know. He was there. And his other teammates have said those kind of things. Hodges, they got into it back early when there were some problems going on in L.A. With some things that were in the news. And Michael said, I just want to play basketball. I don't want to get involved in those things. I just took offense to it. There's some stories. Y'all can go read about that on your own time. So, yeah, I just want to come on here and break that down. He's just saying he's a horrible player, but I don't think he meant like he's a horrible player. Scottie's not stupid. This man did go to college, and he's not dumb. I think he means that attitude that Mike carried, how hard he was on the guys at practice, how rough he was to them, and how he talked to them, and he'd look at them. He's always keeping a kind of a thumb on the team. I think that's what he meant. I could be wrong, been wrong about a lot of other things. So anyway, thank you for coming by and hanging out with me today on the Locker Room Special. Scottie Pippen talking more garbage about Michael Jordan. It's silly. It's crazy, but hey, it's what we like to do. Come back and hang out with us Sunday night, 6 o'clock. We'll talk about some Big 12 football.